Hello, everyone. It's Jeannie. How are you? I hope you're well. Welcome to my channel, one and all. And I truly mean that. If you're a nice person, you're welcome here. And that is the only requirement. Anyway, today's video I've been really excited for. One of you, and I'm sorry I don't have the name with me, wrote to me and suggested that I check out these books that you could buy called All American Ads, and they're by decade. So I bought the 60s, the 70s, and I think the 80s is on order, but it hasn't come yet. So I'm going to do this in 3 parts. Anyway, let me show you the 70s one. Oh, it's huge. It's massive. And I will try to get through a lot of this. Maybe not all, but it's going to be a good blah, blah, blah. And then I got the 60s one, but clearly I wasn't looking at the size and dimensions. It's much smaller. Look at the difference. Oh. But with that being said, the 70s did have a lot more push in advertising. And so there was definitely a whole lot more. TVs were in almost every home, and sometimes 2 TVs. I remember we had a TV in the main living room, and then my mom and dad got a little TV, maybe about this big, and it was in black and white, and it had the rabbit ears, because we didn't have cable back then, or anything. You had to tune your TV. And we got these channels, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, and 11. That was it. Now, there was VHF, I think it was. It was like a different, whatever. Somebody tell me what that different wave was. And we got channel 44 and channel 36 on those channels, on that band. So anyway, I remember listening at night when my mom and dad went to bed. They would watch channel 36, I believe it was, and it had the Avengers, which was kind of I believe it was black and white. It was an English kind of detective movie with what was it? Steed was the guy's name, and Emma Peel, Diana Rigg, and Patrick McNee. And that came out in the 60s. So my mom and dad probably had that TV sooner than the 70s. But what I remembered was I could go in there and watch the Partridge Family, and what was on after that? No, it was the Brady Bunch and then the Partridge Family. Those were my 2 favorite shows. So anyway, so the 60s and 70s particularly were special for me. One of the things that is very obvious about the ads in the 70s is there's definitely a breakthrough in diversity. You are starting to see many ethnicities in mainstream ads, and they also end up banning cigarettes. Remember, in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it wasn't taboo to see a woman or a man with a cigarette, and a clever ad talking about how doctors recommend this particular brand. Or, it's just crazy. So that's kind of one of the good things. But there's a lot more advertising. So anyway, let's get to it. Oh, this is going to be a long video. So if you want to tune out and come back to it in sections, that's fine. Some of these are a little repetitive, so I'll be able to go through some of these sections more quickly. But don't feel bad if you fall asleep, because I bore you to death. So, All-American ads, the 1970s. Let's get to it. And thank you to, I'm sorry I forgot your name, who told me to get these. It wasn't cheap. I think this book here was $40, but it was worth it for you. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All-American ads in the 1970s. You know, just this cover is very 70s-ish. You know, kind of like the Beatles, you know. Okay, so we're going to jump right to it. Let me zoom in a little. Oh, we're going to flip through until we get to more context, but this was the coolest. We never had one. My husband had one when he was growing up in the 60s. But a few of our friends did. And again, look at these colors, that gold. Okay, disco, tuxedo shirts. Let me get to, Burger King, have it. Is it have it your way or have it my way? Have it your way. Yeah, that was the slogan. Oh my goodness. Nothing screams 70s more than this. Wow. Look at that striped orange and yellow wallpaper and the colored cabinets. And oh my gosh, we had this in our kitchen. Exactly this. Oh my gosh. And we put this in the 70s. This exact pattern. Wow. Okay, now this is something you don't see anymore. This is supposedly the top of the first class section of a 747, a Boeing 747. Now, seats. They've maximized their profits, of course. Okay, let's get to it. Some of it goes over, there's a lot of stuff to read here, but let's just look at the popular magazines of the time. Ebony, New West, I don't remember that. 17, of course, that was my Bible for fashion and beauty. I don't remember Evergreen, Newsweek, Sports Illustrated. Oh, Nadia Comaneci. That's an amazing story. And I still think I remember watching her in the Olympics and Nadia's theme. Google it and listen to it. It's beautiful. Let's see, Ebony, Esquire, Boy Show, New West, Journal, Women's Home, is it Ladies or Women? Ladies Home Journal, Architectural Digest, Glamour, Cheryl Tiegs, House and Garden, Sports Illustrated, Golf, Playgirl. Because remember, Playboy, you know, the naked ladies, was popular, and then Playgirl came out. So I think this is Mark Spitz, and he was a swimmer, an amazing Olympic swimmer. Look at him there. National Lampoon. Yeah, 17. Bazaar, The New Yorker. People. Oh, look, they've got Led Zeppelin. Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin. His songs spin heavy metal rock into platinum. God, I love them. Okay, wow, look at this. Oh, these. Okay. My brother used to take this magazine called Cream, Creem, and it was all about rock and roll. I'm not going to be really slow because we have a lot to get through. So if you miss something, you might have to hit it, rewind. Oh, Teen Life. I loved this. Donny Osmond, David Cassidy, and here are all the Osmonds. Michael Jackson. Look how little he was then. Can you see that? With Danny Partridge. Okay. Now, the first section is alcohol and tobacco. So these are some of the most common alcohol ads. Budweiser, so we're into beer now. Oh, he was so funny. Red Fox, one of the funniest men. My father loved him. And my father could imitate him walking through the house and kind of yelling at his son. He was awesome. So beer, Budweiser. Okay. Oh my goodness, Almaden Winery. I think this was in like Los Gatos or Saratoga somewhere. Almaden Winery. Oh my goodness. You know, wines, California wines kind of came into their popularity in the 70s with The Judgment of Paris. That was an amazing book. There was a movie made out of the book, but it took a lot of artistic license that the book that wasn't based on like a lot of fact. You know, it was Hollywoodized. But the book, The Judgment of Paris, is really what put California wines on the map, the world map of fine wines. Okay, now we're into rum and vodka. And again, we're starting to see diversity, which I like. I think everybody does. Chivas Regal, Cointreau, Seagram 7. So now we're in the hard alcohol. I remember, when I was 18, the drinking age in California was 21, but there were still some states that had the drinking age at 18. And so when I turned 18, I went to go visit my best friend out in New York. And we could go out to bars and drink, and we did. And I remember the drink we discovered was called a slow gin fizz. And oh my gosh, we loved slow gin fizzes. I don't even know how to make it. It's made with sloe gin, S-L-O-E, the fruit. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I won't tell you more about that trip. Kahlua and coffee. And see, they have women drinking as well. You know, women representing the drinkers. I love her dress. I'd wear that. Martini and Rossi. Vermouth. Suntory Royal Whiskey. See the colors, the yellows and oranges, very, very 70s. Oh my gosh, even looking at this makes me sick. When I was 21, I remember tasting or having some apricot. No, it wasn't apricot. It was peach flavored brandy, and it was so delicious. And I drank way too much, and I was so sick the next day, I just wanted to die. And I'll tell you something, I've never had any peach brandy ever since. And I don't know that I've even had brandy, maybe in a mixed kind of drink, but that was 40 some odd years ago, and I still shudder to think about it. Okay. Pre-mixed cocktails. I could never stand these things. Too sweet for me. Okay. Kent smokes, and that's where it's at. And here too, Viceroy. He's the brains behind the next heavyweight champ. He'd never smoke a boring cigarette. So we had the alcohol, now it's all about the cigarettes, and of course, women. Women. The Marlboro Man. Yep. Winston and Benson and Hedges. Yeah, this isn't something you see anymore. And quite frankly, I'm glad. I mean, they're not called cancer sticks for nothing. My dad smoked, you know. He smoked right up until the night he died. Camel, unfiltered. He said they were the highest quality, that everything else was swept off of the factory floors, but Camels were quality. Virginia Slims. See, you know, with advertising, smoking was cool. I tried smoking in the 70s and I just couldn't do it. It just made me green. Okay, now cars, automobiles. Oh boy. So you had, now in the 70s, we had a gas crisis, a gas shortage. So it's funny, within a few years span, cars went from very big, like these huge boats, like these Cadillacs, to small cars. Look, this little Toyota Corolla, the Caprice. Okay, this is what we had. Oh my goodness. It was kind of like this. Yep. Oh my gosh. Oh, the memories. And we always had this back window down. And we loved sitting back here. And when we went camping, we'd drive up to Mendocino and we'd have our beds in here because it was like a four-hour drive. So we had our beds made up with pillows so we could sleep on the trip. Okay. Okay. Challenger, Dodge Challenger. Muscle cars. Okay, Chrysler again. Either the boats, the great big boat cars, and then they started going small, like the Volkswagen. So, oh my gosh, these Gremlins, I think they're the world's ugliest cars. That and the Pinto. Okay, so now we're back at the big long boat. Ford Thunderbird. Wow, these are classics. Oh my gosh. I remember I had a boyfriend who had a 71 Chevelle Malibu, the Super Sport. And he was always working on it and souping it up. And it was even this color. Wow. I had a Mustang, a 66 Mustang. Oh, here, look, here's the Gremlin again. The Datsun 1200 Sport Coupe. Good on gas. Same thing with this. I remember with the Pinto, there was a problem with the gas tank, and if you got hit from behind, if you were rear-ended, they could explode. And I don't remember much more about it than that. Maybe some of you do. Yeah, we started seeing these no gas signs. Do you see that? Out of gas. And then you could only get gas every odd day or so, you know, depending on what your license plate ended in. If it was odd, you got, I don't know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if it was even, you had Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. Ford Mustang. Oh, here's the Pinto. Here's that Pinto. Oh my gosh. Buy a Volvo. Wow, look how long these cars are. I mean, that wouldn't even fit in today's driveway, garages, you know? Same thing with these Ford Country Squire, you know, station wagons. Oh, cute little Porsche. I'd love to have that. Oh boy. Nope. I had to work and save up for my car, my first car. My parents helped me out a little bit, but I had to pay them back too. I think my first car was $1,200, and it was that the Ford Mustang. And I had like maybe 800, and they loaned me 400, and I had to pay them back, and I did. Every kid I knew worked for their own car. That's why they were all older, fixer-upper cars, you know. We didn't get anything new, just handed to us. Nope. There used to be an ad on TV for Chevrolet. It was like a jingle. See the USA in a Chevrolet. Golly, that just came to me like out of the blue. Oh, I had a friend who had one of these. It wasn't brand new. She bought it used. But that was the most fun car. Wow. Ford Fiesta. I think this was one of our daughter's first car too, and it was a stick shift. It took her so long to learn how to. We'd hear her around the block stalling and starting it up and grinding the gears, practicing and practicing. She finally got it. So cars, you know, and I don't know that we ever had a brand new car. Maybe in the late 70s. I think my mom and dad got a Chevy Nova. That was the first new car they ever had. But most everyone we knew always bought a used car. Oh, they were so roomy. Oh, look at that. And though they had seatbelts, you didn't have to wear them. And when you went and got your driver's license, you just had to show that your car had them. That was it. You didn't have to wear them. Motorcycles. Things are so funny. Why a sexy gal to sell a tire? See, look at all that cleavage to sell a tire. I don't understand the thinking of that, you know, but whatever. Oh gosh, the Ford Ranchero. Look at that. It's part car, part pickup. You don't see, man. I saw one. We saw one driving, a few weeks ago. It was really cool. Oh, and motorhomes. Look at that. Look at that motorhome. Honda Civic. Wow. Okay, business and industry. Let's see. Yes, technology is really advancing. Here's an ad for Otis Elevators. Wow. Why? I mean, I don't know where that was advertised, but lots of new kitchen appliances. Yeah, looking to the future. Oh, packaging, you know, all the things. Packaging was big business, big business. Now, this isn't an ad I would remember. What would I have? You know, I would have no interest in that. Phone company. Now that's cool. So it's a woman as a line person, you know, hooking up the phones. So they're showing that women can do these jobs too. You had to sign up to get a phone and go down and pick it up. It was a huge process to get a telephone back in the 70s. I remember when I finally got my own phone in my room. Yeah, that was like one of the best days ever. And it was a princess phone. Wasn't quite like that. Okay, typewriters and airplanes. This would not be something I would see. The National Guard. Lots of, you know, oh my gosh. Look at this. My brother had a reel-to-reel. This is another thing. The stereo systems were super, I mean, like, they could be as much as a car. And I remember my brother saved and worked and saved and worked and saved and bought this amazing system. And he had speakers that were huge. 2 huge speakers in his room. Look at these TVs. Look at these big screen TVs. This was the kind of TV my mom and dad had. Very similar to that. Yeah, electronics for sure. We never had anything this gadgety, too expensive, I'm sure. Yeah, wow. My brother's system, I believe, was Pioneer. Or some of the components. Oh, and look at these little transistor radios. Portable. So they were battery operated. And then, of course, the 70s was about, big color, plasticky things. When we wanted... Now, I had a tape deck in my car. That was what you listened to. You had AM and FM and a tape deck. And so if you wanted to, hear the music you liked, you recorded so the radio would come on and you'd push down, play and record, and you had these tapes you made to play in your car. Super janky. But it's what we did. Yeah, look at all these phones. Mine was like this in pink. This one right here. That white one. Oh, wrong way. In pink. Was it pink or blue? I think it was blue. It was pink or blue. I can't remember now. Oh, and I remember getting an Instamatic for my birthday. And you had to buy these bulbs. You got 4 shots. And that was it. And you had to pop in the film in the back. And, but you had these flash bulbs were expensive. And then I got this one. This, oh my gosh. Wow. This Instamatic. Wow. Okay, so now we're going to get into watches, kind of some luxurious things maybe, I don't know. Okay, now appliances, crockpots. Everybody got a crockpot in the 70s. And kitchen appliances. We never had one of these. I think these were expensive, these food processors. I don't think my mom ever got one. Fondue dish. We did get a fondue dish, a fondue burner, because that was a big thing. That's entertaining in the 70s with fondue was very popular. The meat toaster. Now, we never had one of these either. I guess you stick meat in it and it broils it on both sides at once. So it's like a toaster for your steak. And again, these little dishwashers, these little countertop dishwashers, $40. I think you could wash them by hand faster than doing all that. But everything was gimmicky and, there was a market to try anyway. Coffee coffee makers like this, you know. We used to be the percolators, and then these Mr. Coffee / Sunbeam types became popular. Tupperware. Everyone had Tupperware. Gold, brown, orange, and yeah, green, of course. Different ranges. Oh, beauty. Okay, now, Farrah Fawcett. Everyone wanted Farrah Fawcett hair. And so you would, buy these tools, but that took a lot more than just blow drying, trust me. Oh, these were the most wicked things on the planet. These spiked hot rollers. They hurt. They hurt when they were wrapped up against your scalp because these spikes dug into your scalp. They were hot. They burned your ears. They tangled up your hair. Let me show you. Oh, those were horrible weapons. Okay, Monet, jewelry. Now, I remember somebody gave us a typewriter, and that was the coolest thing ever, an electric typewriter. Oh, and I remember my first calculator. It was a Texas Instruments. Okay, toys. Oh yeah, lots of Lego type toys for kids, Fisher Price. Oh my goodness. See, in the 70s, I was kind of, for the most part, past toys, but I had a little brother who was 9 years younger than me, and so he had a lot of things, and I would play with him when I would babysit him. Easy bake oven. I always wanted an easy bake oven, and I never got one until when, my first job, I saved up, and because I wanted one so badly, I bought one for my little brother for Christmas, and I gave it to him, and he just looked at it like, what? But I was able to finally have one under the guise of giving it to him. Sorry, I can't spend time on every single page too much. Okay, yes, I remember standing in line for Star Wars when it first came out. Yeah, that was so popular. Oh, bikes. Yeah. We always had some kind of bike. And again, they were used. We never got new things, but we had some bikes. And I remember my brother, he finally got a 10-speed, and I believe it was Raleigh. It was a Raleigh. Okay, some more electronics. Oh, arcade games. Oh my God, we had this. Pong. Pong was the first video game we ever had, and we loved it. Oh my gosh. I think they still have these today, these sea monkeys. You get this and I thought, oh, I'm going to get a family of these little alien things. It's just brine, like little brine stuff. That's all it is. Oh my goodness, come out of the closet with Gay Bob, the world's first gay doll for everyone. I don't even know what to think about that. Wow, except it's being, out in the open. Take me to parties, I'm great fun. Take me to the office, your boss will love me. Take me home to meet your folks, your mom will love me. Talk to me, I'm very understanding. Wow. Give me to anyone you know who has come out of their closet. I like that people were able to come out of the closet. I like that a lot. I don't like stereotyping with a doll. But I don't know, maybe it was a conversation starter. The smile face was very, very popular. It was on t-shirts and stickers and everything. Okay, now we're getting into mushrooms and pot and bongs. Okay. CB radios. What was that? Smokey and the Bandit. That was, I think, is that where they had the CBs, Burt Reynolds? Yeah. My dad had a ham radio. That was cool because once in a while he'd have somebody on from the other side of the planet with a shortwave radio. Knives and guns, campers, Coleman campers, and textiles. Oh my gosh, a shag bedspread. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What is this? Oh, vitamins, Monster vitamins. Vincent Price. Oh, look at the bug, the love bug. Okay, baby oil. So kind of bath stuff, Listerine. Oh, Susan Day. I remember when she was advertising this stuff. Psst. It was instant dry shampoo. All right. FDS. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Roach traps. Muhammad Ali. Tanning. Tanning. This is why we, in the 60s and 70s, got super dark copper tone ads. And then you've got unguentine aerosol first aid for sunburn. Of course. Okay, so let's see. I'm in charge. Female pilot. Okay, entertainment. Oh, Saturday Night Fever. I remember seeing that with my friends. Oh, Woodstock, the movie. So these are some of the popular movies at the time. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh. Now this is on Broadway. We saw the one, golly, we used to go like every Friday or Saturday night, the midnight showing, and we saw this and we had it all acted out, you know. Oh my gosh, I was so into the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Midnight Cowboy. Tommy from The Who. This is Roger Daltrey from The Who. Star is Born. Yeah, Grease. Wow, was it that long ago that it came out? Wow. Apocalypse Now. Oh my gosh, I remember going to see that, and it left me so depressed. It was the first time I had ever been so negatively emotionally impacted by a movie. I was depressed for so long after this, like days. It just bothered me. And I think that's probably due to being kind of sheltered and then seeing the world, you know, seeing things I didn't know about. Star Trek, the movie. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mel Brooks was brilliant. Oh, this was a good one. Silent movie. You should see this. I think I skipped one. Oh, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That was good. Do, 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 do. That was that theme. So if you haven't seen that, that's a good one to get. And this one too, silent movie, Mel Brooks. Let's see. Oh, the Fillmore in San Francisco. We used to go there before it closed. Wow. The Godfather Part 2. Edgar Winter Group, wow. So this is some of the music, ELO, wow. Alice Cooper, John Lennon. This album was great, Steve Martin comedy. Oh, that was funny. Kiss, Blue Oyster Cult, The Village People. I love The Village People. Cher. Oh, Peter Frampton. I went and saw him. And Rick Derringer. I saw Rick Derringer too. In the 70s, mid-70s. David Bowie. I didn't get into Bowie until like the late 70s. My brother loved him, but I was kind of late to the David Bowie train. Pink Floyd. Loved Pink Floyd. I loved Supertramp, saw them too. They were great. Neil Young. Okay, so let's... Okay, so colognes. Jovan, sex appeal. Joe Namath, football player, for those of you who don't know. Look at Tom Selleck, jazz, cologne for men. I liked Halston a lot. Chanel number 5, that's a traditional one. Afro Sheen. Fabergé, the Farrah hair care line. Oh, I love the smell of this. Introducing Clairol's Herbal Essence Cream Rinse. That's what we called conditioners. The Bright Girl. So makeup. Gee, your hair smells terrific. I liked these. I didn't like how my hair felt after, but I did like the smells. They were super fragrant. I should see if I can find some like on eBay or something. Some more colognes and perfumes. Oh, and of course now, increase your bust line, lose weight. Oh my goodness. Shape a new you. So wear all this plastic. Take these pills, water pills, and speed pills that jack up your system. And guess what? You'll get skinny. Yep. Yep. Very popular. And I looked at these and, I wanted to get them all. Clothing. Yep. This is very 70s-ish. Very 70s. A lot of knits, polyester knits. Yep. Wow. Oh my gosh. The fashion is just something else, huh? Oh, look at these platform shoes. Oh my goodness, for men. Super cool. Okay, backgammon on some underwear. Interesting. Big Mama, you're beautiful. So these are for pantyhose for all sizes. I do like that statement. Shoes, more shoes. Yeah, platform shoes. I had candies and Dr. Scholl's. Those were my going out shoes, were the candies. And the Dr. Scholl's, oh, maybe they'll have some in here. Oh, there they are. And I had them in that color, that blue. And somehow we thought they were comfortable. Holy moly. I don't know if I could wear them now. Sneakers. We call them sneakers. Tennis shoes. Oh, these are the kind of shoes we wore out. These aren't candies, but they're the same kind. That wooden heel. Huh. And here's some more Dr. Scholl's. Fur. Nope. No fur. Velour. Yes. Cotton and velour. Sorry, I know I'm speeding up here. Levi's. Yep. Always Levi's. Dittos. We had dittos. And sometimes they had this seam that went over the butt there. Don't know what that's all about. Singer sewing machines. Yeah, see, disco kind of came in the later 70s, and the disco look. How to have a great looking fanny. So you buy these padded panties. Okay, food and beverages. Orange juice. Oh, Kool-Aid. Talk about bad for you. Gatorade, okay. Tang. I loved Tang, and my mom didn't buy it that often because it was full of sugar, but I loved it. And I would lick the spoon and then stick it in there and then just lick it off the spoon. It was so good. Coffee. Tea, coffee. V8. I could have had a V8. That was the saying. Sugar-free Dr. Pepper will taste even better after you try on last year's bathing suit. Cereals. Oh, they were so, and they are today too, so full of sugar. So full of sugar. Okay, look at this. Somehow they just photographed food horrendously. Hungry Jack biscuits. Meats. Okay, McDonald's. I mean, look at that. Spam. The original Spam. Burger King. Have it your way. Have it your way. That ice cream looks good. Oh, what kind of trickery is this? A sweet Jell-O mold filled with mayonnaise. Oh my God, I guess it's not mayonnaise, it's Miracle Whip salad dressing. That looks good. Chocolate cake. Bundt cake. That does look good. Cheer up a chicken dinner with Jell-O, gelatin, apricot salad. Wow. Okay. Litter green, I remember that. You know, we were just talking about this 2 days ago. Our cats, we had cats, lots of cats always growing up, and they never had a litter box. They just knew to go outside. That's so weird. Our cats are such wusses. Ours, Leo and Apollo and Sputnik, they have good litter. They're so catered to. Oh my God, that's disgusting. German pizza with sauerkraut and sausage, that's disgusting. No way. Okay, now some interiors. Oh, look at that green velour recliner. Oh, here we go. Look at these. Look at this pattern. Lazy boys. Those go way back. Then getting modern in the later 70s. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Talk about pattern overload. don't see huge couches like this anymore. I remember these velour sheen, huge couches in some people's homes, not ours. Yeah, this is definitely later 70s, this mod look. Oh my goodness. Congolium floors. Wow. Busy, busy, busy. Oh, look at yellow, gold, harvest gold shag carpet. Very 70s. Oh my goodness, look at this. Yep, lots of crazy, loud patterns. Look at that, we got through the whole book. We're almost there. Surprised my battery hasn't died. Oh my gosh, look at this pattern. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. Definitely the 70s. Yeah. Yeah, wow, look at that. This modular type home. Almost looks like an airplane. I think it is. It's an airplane. Okay, traveled. So now we're in the travel. Okay. We didn't travel much. We drove. We used to go camping. That was our big travel thing for years. I think my mom and dad took their first trip to Hawaii. Oh gosh, what was it? Maybe it was the mid-70s. Yeah. And that was a big deal. It was a very big deal. And you dressed up. You didn't wear pajamas on your flight. You didn't bring a pillow. You didn't bring a big old dirty blanket. You didn't look like you just rolled out of bed. People dressed up and treated flight with a lot of high regard, and because it was special, it was so special. 8 days in Russia, 662 rubles. Wow. Oh, look at this. Hey, Christina from Old School ASMR Sounds, Romania. Wonder how much. They don't give a price. Skiing in Quebec, Alberta, ooh, Italy. Oh yeah. Airstream, caravanning or mobile home, travel. We never had one of those, but Ethiopia, wow. That's pretty exotic. Come here. Come here. Yeah, wow, look at this. So exotic. It was so special to fly somewhere. cruises, smaller cruises than they have now. Tahiti. Wow, that's a 2-page spread for Tahiti. Okay, Memphis. O.J. Simpson. He used to advertise for Hertz, and he'd be running across the airport and he'd jump over luggage. That was the big commercial. Vegas. Okay, I think this is it. Hotels. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, what'd you think? What's your favorite part? What's your takeaway? I think mine, again, is the colors, because it's so indicative of that era. But also the change in technology, computers are going to be coming into play much later in the 70s. We didn't have one in the 70s. I don't think we got one until late 80s, maybe. I can't remember. Music, I think, in my personal opinion, the music of the 70s was the best ever. You had things like John Denver, Peter, Paul, and Mary, cool music like that I also really loved. But I loved Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Fleetwood Mac, Santana, Journey, Foreigner, Leonard Skinner. I mean, I'll just go on and on. And we used to see them all the time up in San Francisco at Day on the Greens. And a Day on the Green at Oakland Coliseum, not really San Francisco, it's across the bay. It was like maybe 3 or 4 bands that came and they played all day. And so they were just really fun. And you would bring a blanket, you'd bring a cooler, and you sat out there all day long in the sun listening to these bands. And best days of my life. Best days of my life. So I'm anxious to hear your feedback as usual. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I will be back very soon with another decade. So I bid you peace, I bid you wellness, and so much love. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye for now.